Alright guys, I'm gonna try and go get a sunset at the Loop 360 Bridge here in Austin. It's an iconic spot. It's one I've shot literally like hundreds of times probably. It's only a few miles from my house. I'm hoping we're gonna have a good sunset. I've had great clouds today. They're kind of breaking up sadly, but we'll see what I get. So wish me luck. Alright friends, thanks for sticking around here. So I'm walking on the side of the road. I had to park to get to the bridge, and there's two sides of the bridge. Well, you know, it's two sides to everything, I guess. But the west side of the bridge is the popular one, and it's got this awesome tree, and it's really good, and I've got a million shots from there. But I'm going to the east side. It's less crowded, and the truth is, the west side, and there's just so many people, and you know, I fear I can't even get a spot there. In fact, I'm looking over there, and there's probably 20 different cars parked, and there's really nobody over here on the eastern side. So I'm going to check it out, see how it goes. Should be a lot of fun. All right, I'm at the base of the trail. I got to climb that, which in the video probably doesn't look like much, but believe me, it's going to be some work, so bear with me. Whew. I'm gassed. That's tough, but I'm up here. I'm going to get the sunset. Wish me luck. A lot of the clouds have kind of dissipated, but still, it's a gorgeous view. Well worth it. Okay, we've got sunset. The sky's looking pretty nice. I'm set up over here. I've been doing some long exposures and some brackets, but the sky's pretty nice. I got some nice clouds. Looking forward to getting some more color out of this and a little bit more hopefully some fun, happiness, or whatever you call it, from the sky. If you look over here, the clouds are pretty good, but that's not really in my frame. I'm looking kind of down the river with the bridge, and that's kind of this way. So fingers crossed that it continues to work out for me, but so far it's been pretty good. I think I'll get some good shots out of it. Alright guys, so now I'm in Luminar, and this is one of the photos I took while I was out at the bridge for sunset, and this was f11. At 31 millimeters, and I ran this exposure for 165 seconds. That's 2 minutes 45 seconds. So that was with my 10 stop filter on. There was traffic. In fact, there was a decent amount of traffic, but as you can see, it kind of all disappears because it was nearly a 3-minute exposure. So what I did is I brought this into Luminar, and I wanted to bring back some of the colors and create a little bit more of that sunset mood. So I started with color temperature just to kind of warm it up a little bit and give it a little bit of that pink tint. And then I add some clarity, which clarity is good at giving a photo a little bit of depth. And so I added that. Next was saturation and vibrance. And as you can see, that made a fairly large impact on the photo. Brought back some of the color in the bridge because it is kind of a rusted iron color, which I think looks great. And to me, it goes kind of nice with a sunset sky. And then split color warmth. And that basically allows you to take the warm colors and the cool colors separately and make color adjustments to them. So I took them both to the right. So I made the warm colors warmer and the cool colors a little bit more cool, if you will. So far I'm feeling pretty good about it. Then I stuck a little top and bottom lighting simply just to lift the exposure in the bottom of the frame. Next was a vignette. And as you can see, let me just show you that again. You can see it's like I really needed a polarizer filter for the sky, but when I added the vignette, it darkened the sky enough that I ended up not really needing a polarizer. And so I kind of like that. I wanted to have the vignette to sort of center the focus and basically in the center of the frame, but yet I needed to control a little bit of that brightness in the sky. So I think that did a good job. And then the last thing I did is just I added some negative structure to the sky, and that was simply just to sort of smooth out those clouds a little bit. And all I did is I went a little bit negative here, about negative 47, and bumped up the boost. And then I just applied it with a gradient mask so I could just drop it in straight. And that was done, so no brush work required. And here's the before, right? It was not very sunset-y looking, even though it kind of was sunset-ish. It was kind of orange, but a lot of that on a long exposure, you know, you kind of lose some of that. And I was able to bring that back. And here's a before and after. So I think the photo looks a whole lot better, and that's the beauty of Luminar. You can just kind of quickly get these things done. So next one, oh, actually, that's not all of it. I then added an erased image layer. There were a few spots over here in the water, and I just took those out with the eraser tool here in Luminar. So that's it for that photo. And one more time, there's the before, And the after, I think we're getting there. I've got some great ones from Blue Hour with light trails, where I took the 10 stop off and I had these cars going both ways. I'll show you those here real soon. Thanks. Alrighty, folks. So this time I've got the Blue Hour shot. Now this is kind of my favorite, one of my favorite things to do. Long exposures with light trails, with a nice sky and all that kind of stuff. So I brought this into Luminar. This was f/16 and it was for 25 seconds. So I'd taken the 10 stop off. It was too dark to have a 10 stop filter because that would just be crazy. But I was fortunate because you know, summertime. So this was just you know, recently. It's summertime and sunset's late. It's at like, you know, 8:30. And I've shot here, and there's two sides of the river. There's another side over there that I talked about in the vlog. But, you know, in winter, sunset's like at 5 p.m., 5:30, 6 p.m., something like that. My point is it gets dark early, and that's about the same time that you start getting a lot of traffic up and down this road in Austin because people are going home from work, and there's a lot of people that live out in this part of town. And so that's the easy way to get light trails is in winter. You can, you know, stand there at 5:30 or 6 and get these nice light trails. I didn't expect to get them because it was, at this point, it's about 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. I didn't expect there to be very much traffic. But hey, sometimes you get lucky. And I got lucky. There was traffic. And so I was very excited about that. So 25 seconds allowed me to get traffic going both ways. And even over here, there's a road to access, you know, get off the road and go under the bridge and go over here to park to, you know, go to these boats, you can go over here to these buildings, etc., etc. So anyway, I was very happy that there was traffic. So I did some similar adjustments as I did in the last one. I started with a little bit of clarity and a little bit of polarizing. The sky was a little bit too bright because of the long exposure. Then I went into color temp and I basically just cooled it off and added some tint. Same thing I do all the time. I go left with temperature and right with tint. I just like that balance of the kind of blue and pink when I'm doing like cityscapes or sunset photos, things like that. Even at golden hour, it just looks great to me. So personal preference. Saturation and vibrance was next. I bumped them both a little bit. You can see the photo starting to pop a little bit, right? So there's the before, and that's where we are. The sky's coming around. Again, a little split color warmth, just giving it a little bit of kick. And then my favorite filter, color balance. And I'll admit, I talk about it a lot. It is kind of the greatest thing of all time. I went very light here. I did nothing in shadows. In midtones, very just minor moves. I'm just kind of adjusting the reds and the blues. And in the highlights, nothing. So this was all midtones, and they're very minor. But it makes a little bit of an impact on the photo. So there's the before, and then here's the after. So a little bit more pinkish red, which I wanted to bring up. Image radiance, I wanted to add sort of that fantasy kind of romantic glow, which I think looks great. And so I did that, and then I did the same thing, stuck a little Orton on there. So just kind of doubling down on that kind of dreamy look, which I think works well. You get these clouds that for, you know, 25 seconds, so they're all blurred out. You get these light trails. It just works for me, so that's why I did it. Then I added tone, and that's because the photo was getting a little too dark. So I just basically bumped up Smart Tone by 15, gave it a nice little lift in light, and then I did a similar thing with top and bottom lighting, just using bottom, just lifting that a little bit because the photo, again, was just getting too dark, and you got to be able to see what, you know, I want people to see the bridge and it be more clear as opposed to just being dark with some light trails through it. Next was golden hour, and I applied that just in the sky. You can see the impact it had. I bumped it up quite a bit, and then I just added a gradient filter to drop it into the sky. You can just quickly do that. So instead of brushing it across there, you just drop the gradient filter and you're all set. It works great. And then I went and did the exact same thing with structure, and that was just to soften up negative structure. I should clarify. I went negative there, about 50, 52 it looks like. And then same thing, dropped a gradient filter in the sky, and that allowed me to just soften up the sky without having to do any brush work. So that's how it works. It was quick and easy. It was a bunch of filters. And in fact, this is in a preset that you might be seeing kind of soon. Hint, hint. But there's the before, and there's the after. And then here's a sliding sort of thing. What do you call it? Sliding before and after. You can see we popped the colors big time. And admittedly, this is art, so that it probably, I gotta be honest, you know, I'm recording this the day after I shot it. I don't really recall exactly how it looks. I'll tell you what, it didn't look at all like that. It was more colorful, but my artistic version is probably a bit more colorful than it really was. The truth is somewhere in between, but it's art, and I'm not here to talk about the truth. I'm here to talk about what I want my photo to look like. And that's how it started, and that's what I want it to look like. So that's that. I'll shut up about the art stuff. Hope you found this helpful. Thanks much, and I'll see you soon. Okay, friends, that's it for this vlog. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you got something out of it. I gotta be honest, I have a lot of fun doing this kind of stuff, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Whenever I go out and shoot, I'm gonna take some more footage in the field and then combine that with some processing tips and that sort of thing and do kind of these. I'm still gonna keep doing my regular sort of videos where I just do tutorials or product comparisons or whatever, but it's a lot of fun to do this too. And I keep learning stuff. Every time I try to create something new, it causes me to sort of stretch myself and learn. So I'm all about learning and being creative, so you're gonna see more of this. That's it, my friends. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do all those things. Let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, and adios.